played a little bit more in the Premier League this season than you might have expected?
Yeah, being realistic, going off the previous seasons, I hadn't had a lot of football. I know the aim was always to try and play. My goal was to always try and play this amount of games and more. Like we said, there's still 8 games left, but yeah, if we're comparing it to other seasons, it's been a big difference.
And I suppose you'd be grateful to have played so much Premier League football now this year with the experience that you've got at such a young age in your career.
No, definitely. That's I know you train every day to improve and you want to learn by watching yourself, watching other players, but really the only way you sort of do get the experience is by being chucked in it, and sort of that's what I've had this year. So I've had to deal with it and learn to deal with it.
And clearly you won't have wanted to have been bottom of the league for most of the season, but in terms of looking at what you can take from this season, can you learn a lot for the rest of your career in terms of things that have not gone well, but also some things that may have gone well for yourself?
No, definitely. Yeah, again, like you say, no one wants to be in this position, but we are. And yeah, definitely can learn so much. Whether that's okay, I'm going to go like generically. Whether that's sort of how to play in the Premier League, what you come up against. Sort of, this has been my first season where I've played week in week out, sort of at times. So sort of learning how to adapt my body to that and how to look after myself. So definitely learn a lot from it.
You've played a number of positions. What do you feel is your strongest area, and would you like to sort of single down on one position?
Um, I don't know whether that happens in the future or not. Whether I single down a position, probably you see all the great players. They can play in different positions, let's say, but they at the end of the day they stick to their one position, don't they? But for the moment, I'm comfortable playing where I'm played. To be honest.
And for you, there's some great pros to be able to learn off in the different positions that you've got, like Ollie Norwood, Phil Jagielka, John Egan, Chris Basham. These are people that have seen it, done it, been around the game. How vital have they been in sort of giving you some little bits and pieces that you can take forward?
No, definitely. Like you say, they've seen it, they've played it, and they've done it. So it's sort of whether that's watching what they do day in day out, whether that's how they train or sort of how they prepare in ways, or just speaking to them. They're all open, they're all honest, and they'll help me if I've ever gone up to and asked.
Where do you see your future, Ethan? Would you like to sort of get into the Chelsea team? Would you consider a return to the Blades, either alone or permanent? What are your thoughts right now?
My thoughts right now, to be honest with you, it's seeing how this season goes and then going into the summer. But for now, we've got a big 8 games left. So to be honest, sorry for avoiding the question, but there's still 8 games to go. So my mind's just on that.
Have you spoken to Thomas Tuchel since he came in at Chelsea and got his sort of views on how he might see you in the future?
No, I haven't really spoken to Chelsea. I've spoken to Chelsea a little bit here and there just to see how the seasons are going, but nothing really for in the future. Like I say, they've got their season to finish off, and we've got ours.
So wherever you are playing next season, do you feel that you need to be playing regular football to keep the momentum going from this year?
Definitely, 100%. And I kind of hope that every footballer wants to be playing regular football, because at the end of the day, it's your job, it's what you want to do, and that's why you grow up having the dream. So definitely, wherever I am, I want to be playing football.
There's clearly some players that have been at Chelsea for years and gone out on loan after loan after loan after loan. Is that a possibility, or is that not a route you want to go down? Do you want to try and get either a permanent home, either at Chelsea or somewhere else sooner rather than later?
We'll have to wait and see what happens. I've got dreams myself. That's to play for one club. So we'll have to wait and see.
How have you found the last couple of weeks since Chris's departure? Clearly, it will have been a difficult time for you all at the club.
Yeah, no, definitely a difficult time. I only had to sort of say short time as in 1 year. A lot of people here had a longer period of time to spend with him, and you could see how obviously sad everyone in the club was. He sort of is Sheffield United, so for everyone else it's been a change, and for myself, but football sort of goes on, and I think Chris would know that, and he'd really appreciate that we all put our heads down and sort of try to do our best for Sheffield United.
Are you grateful for the faith that he and the club have shown in you to give you so much game time in the top flight?
No, definitely, and that's all I can be is grateful, and I tried throughout my time with him here to do my best. Sometimes I come short of that. But yeah, I will forever be grateful for the opportunity they gave me.
Clearly, the season, as we mentioned, hasn't gone as you would have expected. What are the sort of key factors that you can potentially pin down as to why that might be?
Sorry, say that again.
In terms of why the season hasn't quite gone as you all expected, are there any particular factors that you can pin down as to why that might have happened?
Well, at the end of the day, we've not won games. What we've not done to not win those games, we've probably not scored enough. Well, we haven't scored enough, and we've been on the end of some results which could have gone either way. So maybe we weren't clinical enough in their box, and maybe we didn't defend well our box as well as we should have.
Arsenal this weekend, clearly it would still mean a lot to all the players in the club if you can take a big scalp like Arsenal.
No, definitely, and that's our aim, that's our challenge. Like I said, the season's not gone as well as we want it to be, but it's another game of football, another 90 minutes, and there's 3 points, so we're going to go and try and win.
And clearly you've already shown that you can beat and compete with the best teams in the league. The Old Trafford experience from early this season is something that I imagine will live long in the memory.
Yeah, no, definitely that was a good night, but that's in the past now, and we've got to make more memories like that.